Why? I know I'm recording. I pushed the button, Zoom. Sorry.
The kindness games. That was awful.
Overtime. That was good.
That was good.
That was great. Way to top it off, Tim.
The Zoom lady is going to kill me. Like, I can't get over it. Like, I'm just used to like doing my little woosah moment, and she's like busting it up. I only do one take.
One take. Only
I need
one
to be
take.
in my head. I need to focus.
I forgot it does that. So then it says this meeting is being recorded. You don't even have to give your head nod.
And you just need to talk while she's talking because you can't hear her, but you can hear you.
So annoying. Hey, how are you guys doing?
Doing good.
Good,
How are
good.
you?
What are we here to do today?
Scoreboard.
Scoreboard. Woohoo.
This is my first scoreboard in like 2 months.
Hey.
Because I've been
I think
gone.
we're overdue for a scoreboard for sure. Our scoreboard conversations kind of ended up in, it wasn't really updates, it was more so conversations. Like we posed questions to each other. We started good conversations and then we just
highlighted people that had good stories.
Yeah.
And then we said, we're not being supervised, so we're going to just talk.
That's what happens when the adults are out of the room.
It's totally true.
Well, today, let's go ahead and knock out this scoreboard. Let's talk about who's at the top of the heap and not the entire heap. And yeah, this is going to be fun. There's some new faces, new names. All right. Let us quickly remind you of who the alumni are. These are people who have finished their 30 post journeys. We have Tim Wenzel, Lee Otten, Kelsey Carnell, Jason Sikora, Josh Ledesma, Brandon Tan, Jay McDermott, Steve D'Onofrio. Playground Bill Massey. He must hate that we say that. Like, he's such a nice guy, but like one day.
He's a nice man.
I mean, he came on the alumni call and introduced himself as Playground
He did.
Bill, so
Did he?
fully embracing it.
And then he told the story behind how I got that name, so then, then it wasn't weird.
It's not weird at all. All right. Kathleen Ferris, the amazing Coach Cat. And by the way, Coach Cat became the kindness game nickname, and it has stuck.
Love it. Love it.
Has it become a personal brand for you?
I'm working towards that. I need a logo. Kekashan.
Yeah.
She said, hey, what do you think about a logo that says this and this and this? I'm like, that's a really great idea.
Should be like a Siamese cat with your glasses on. It'd be awesome.
That's right.
I've never done marketing before in my life. I'm terrible. Sue Ginsburg, Kekashan Dadwani, Paul Moxness, Kunle Palemo. I like that name, Palemo. Abhijit Sinha, Eric Brinks, Carlos Francisco. And then those were all in 2020. Our 2021 alumni start with number 18, the amazing Janina Linka, Lisa Oliveri, Angela Scalpello, Christopher Stitt. You could probably make up a nickname for him too. Elisa Mula, Min Kirianis, Heidi Tripp, and rounding out our 25th alumni, the latest and greatest, Wanda Townsend. That's a good group of people.
That is solid.
How many people, Kelsey, since you were here at the beginning, are on that list that you did not know before?
Probably. I think I only knew 2 of them. 3 of them. 3, probably. That's about it, honestly.
A different question. How many of them have you met in person?
2, I think. Tim and Heidi. Because I work with one and I met Tim at a conference. I think, only 2.
I think I only knew 7 before the kindness games and met in person. Kelsey Carnell, Brandon Tan, Kekashan Dadwani.
Christopher Stitt, you got coffee with, right?
I did. Lisa, no, I've not met Lisa Oliveri. We're COVID friends, even though like we're best friends. Yeah, Christopher Stitt. That's it. That's crazy. 4 people. But yeah, who says you can't form good relationships virtually?
Right.
The
It's
kindness
quite
games has
amazing,
proved
honestly.
that wrong.
Absolutely. One of the many benefits of being involved.
Yep, absolutely. All right, so we're going to go through, we've done the alumni, we're going to go through everybody who's in overtime and where they're at. So quadruple overtime at number 12 is me.
Woohoo!
Triple
Yeah.
overtime is Lee Otten at 0 because he just did his 30th second overtime post.
Wow. Woohoo!
So he's kind of graduated up to that next level, but he hasn't done any yet.
That's the intimidated look. Come on, Lee.
Come on, Lee, get it. All right. In 2OT, we have Steve D'Onofrio at 10, Kelsey Carnell at 22. How are these out of order? Man, I messed it up.
That was probably my
Min
doing.
Cariani at 3, Kathleen Parrish at 16, and Elisa Mula at 8. I need to put them in order. Sorry. I'm not really like very like picky about anything, but that's when you know I'm rushing. And then in overtime, so their second set of 30 posts, Kekishan Dedwani at 14. What? You're kind of behind, Kekishan. I mean, just saying. Kunle Palemo at 11, Paul Moxness at 10, Bill Massey at 6, Christopher Sitt at 7, Abhijit Sinha at 5, Sue Ginsburg at 7, Jay McDermott at 7, Jason Sikora at 3, Brendan Tan at 2, Carlos Francisco at 2, and Josh Ledesma at 1, Lisa Oliveri at 1, Angela Scalpello at 1, Eric Briggs at 2, and Wanda Townsend at 2, Heidi Tripp at 1. So that is everybody in some form of overtime.
Woohoo! That's a lot of overtime kind messages there.
That's a lot of people, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. It is.
That's awesome. So as far as the alumni go, like the people that we've been talking about, like, yeah, let's just start talking about them. Who, Coach Cat, has been like the person who you would have never met in real life outside of this, that's been kind of like the biggest impact on you? And
you.
This is all free form, y'all. We haven't rehearsed this. I'm making
do we ever rehearse any of this?
No, it's one take. Made up.
It's one take wonder. Well, you, of course, because you have, and I shared this. Come on, we're not rehearsing this, right?
We may have met because we were in some similar circles.
Okay, so since Tim is really good at taking qualitative feedback, besides Tim and Lee, I really enjoyed my conversation with Heidi. We talked, again, the Kindness Games has allowed all of us to be like in each other's living rooms virtually or home offices. And I just really appreciate how she's so calm, cool, and collected. And when we were talking about, how do we continue to manage all of these virtual changes? And then we talked about re-onboarding into our new normal. And so I just appreciated how, fully present she was when we were talking. So I really enjoyed talking with Heidi. Angela, I love it. She's all about strategy and what are we doing and asking us all good questions. And so is Sue. I think they've all impacted my life in a positive way, because each time I talk to each of them, they're all asking something different or giving tips. Hey, have you thought about this? What kind of logo do you want, Coach Cat? Of course, at least 8 of them have said that. So it's just a good group. Everybody cares. Everybody's kind.
That's awesome. Kelsey, what about you? Someone you would never have met outside of this, biggest impact.
Okay. Gosh. I feel like honestly, I would have not known half of this crew because being newer to the security industry, 5 years, I haven't gone to any large trade shows. So I haven't really been able to even meet people within the industry, let alone, I guess, via in person versus social media. I've connected with a ton of people otherwise, but like Coach Kat, I really don't know that I would have met, honestly, because she's in California, right? I'm in the East Coast, she's in the West Coast. I also don't, I mean, she's a coach to me now, but I don't have a coach. So other than sports, I've never had like a life coach or a career coach. So I think that's one person. Tim, we got to meet, but like Kindness Games has totally made us way closer.
Sure.
And you're definitely a mentor and very, very close friend of mine now. Lee, I probably would have run into, but I don't know. I mean, a lot of these people, someone that I think's past is amazing. Their I guess work journey is Wanda, because Coach Kat and I were on a call with her, and she came from law enforcement, and now she's a coach herself, and she's extremely educated. She's very, very well spoken. And she's in Chicago, I think, right? So I really don't know that I would have met her. And she comes to mind because talk about someone who is super energetic, but very, she knows when to be quiet and listen, and then she responds in extraordinary ways. So me, I'm a talker. She listens and then she responds, and you can so tell she's made for the position she's in. Plus, incredible service in the past. So
I really like Wanda. I did meet her before she joined the Kindness Games virtually, but she's awesome. I love talking with her.
I know one other person, Kay Kashan. I mean, I've never met any of you. And for me, with her, and Kelsey, I think probably for you too, every time we're on a call, like she just looks at the world differently, and she really cares about us. And so she'll say, hey, what do you think about this? I call her, what did I call her? I got a title for her, Chief Innovation Officer, Chief Storyteller. I'm always making up new titles for her because she's like you, Kelsey, one of those early professionals, and you too, Tim. You know, really just looking at how to impact the world in a bigger way and then impact all of us. Sometimes the questions are like, oh man, I wish I would have thought about that. But it's good because she really cares about all of us. So
yeah, Kay Kashan's pretty awesome. Yeah. I'm lucky I've known her for several years. Journeys to watch. We have 2 people at 20 plus posts who, by the next scoreboard, if you stay on track, you'll be alumni. We have Janet Fenner at 23. Go Janet.
Love her posts.
Mm-hmm. She is really awesome. Cool. She puts a lot of thought into them. And I don't know if you've met her in real life. I have. She's awesome.
I haven't. Not yet.
Yep.
Not yet.
Trade shows. Can't wait.
Golf tournaments.
Back in person. And Sarah Marie Baumgartner. She's at 21 posts. And I've Zoomed with her. I've talked with her, but I've never met her in real life. But she seems pretty freaking cool.
She is. She's a strong, surviving woman.
Yeah, I've actually, since I've met her, I plugged her into several of my other connections, and she's having a really good time meeting people and actually meeting people in person before me.
Yeah.
Who else does that? Let's see. Lee Kekashan.
Don't.
Yeah, so random too. I'm like, what? You're in Houston?
I know. I'm like, when can we fly to where Tim is? When can we fly to where Kelsey is?
Well, you can fly to where I'm at, but then you're gonna have to take a 2-hour drive to get out to where I'm at. And you're not gonna be happy when you get here. You're gonna be like, where's my Cheesecake Factory? It's 2 hours back that
No,
way.
I'm gonna say, where's my mocha chocolate from the local gas station that's right down the street from you?
You might be able to get that.
Because that's what my cousin told me when I went to Buffalo, New York, and they live in Little Valley. He's like, I'm going to go to Starbucks for you. He came back an hour later. He's like, here's your mocha chocolate. I'm like, what is this? He goes, it's the gas station down the street. I took hot chocolate and coffee and mixed it together. Here you go.
God.
I was like, thanks, cousin Joe. I really wanted Starbucks, even if it was cold.
Nice. Yeah, so watch Janet and Sarah hopefully complete their journey before the next scoreboard. We got some movers and shakers. We got Margot Cash at 17 posts in, I think we're right in that 17-day mark. I mean,
Yeah,
she's pretty
yeah.
Oh,
consistent.
yeah.
Suzanne, I have no idea how to say that last name. Help me out, Kathleen.
We don't want to butcher Suzanne's last name. We're going to call her Suzanne.
Suzanne Abel Nasser. Sorry.
We
know
love
we're
you,
trying to set
Suzanne.
I feel like
up
that was
with me.
close.
That was close.
She's at 5, but she actually went first out of this group of friends, and Margot just like bam took off. And
Oh,
then
yes.
Heidi Kellum at 4. They all work at the same place.
They do.
Where's that at?
They work at Claremont Graduate University, and they are movers and shakers and leading the way. And
Yeah.
Margot's is super cool because she's changing her Zoom background every time for somewhere she's traveled.
That's awesome.
I think too, Heidi, just to hit on that for a second, these 3 females are awesome. I met them actually on a call with Coach Kat, and we're all on the call. And then at the end, I think I've told this story before, but not to this crew. We're all on the call, and then at the end, Coach Kat's like, all right, we're recording. And Heidi stays on. She goes, I'm here. I'm not really sure what I'm supposed to do, but what do you want me to do? Like, shout out to her for just jumping in 2
Yeah.
feet. And that whole crew was just totally open and honest. So
You know what? I did a
Awesome.
call with Heidi and Margot. Margot was ready for me, but Heidi, I was like, all right, we're going to do a recording. Are you good with that? And she was like, sure. Give me a couple minutes. Okay, let's go. So it was way better than when I did it to Coach Kat. Coach Kat was having like internal issues and like
I'm
counting
like,
herself
record
out
right
loud,
now.
and I was
Welcome to grow through the discomfort. Like I told Heidi and Margot and Suzanne, I said, go back and watch my first couple of videos. They're awful. I said, it's okay. You have to start somewhere. It's like you, Tim, you didn't start off playing tennis and perfect out the gate, probably super close to perfect. We all have to learn. So it's like, okay, here we go and start.
there we go.
Yeah.
And you know what? Just jumping in is the hardest part, right? Like when you were a kid and you did the diving board for the first time and you're at the end like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh.
I still don't know how to dive.
I'm going to drown.
I've told my
What?
dad underwater.
Kelsey, come on.
Hey, unique.
You know,
I don't
Kelsey,
want
we
to be
got
like
lots of
everybody
skills.
else.
Diving is not one of them. I bet you I could beat Tim in a tennis match, though. I'm not going to lie. Come on, Kelsey. You and me against Tim.
Game
And
on.
I played
Coach
6
Kat.
years of tennis. Let's do it.
Because
too.
I've already challenged Janina Linka. She said she was going to pick up tennis. And I said, hey, in Vegas in December, when we go there, we're finding an outdoor tennis court and we're playing. Coach Kat, if you're a tennis player, bring it.
Well, I'm going to be there in December with Janina. So challenge accepted.
Rackets are coming. We're throwing down on the court.
This is how you be kind. You challenge each other to grow and be better tennis players.
Awesome.
That's awesome.
Speaking of fun people, Access Communications in Canada, they have been going through their Leading with Kindness initiative with us, a wellness program that we're piloting with them because they approached us and said, hey, do you guys do wellness programs? And we said, sure.
We can create any
We'll
initiative.
figure it out. Yeah.
And actually, it's been a lot of fun to meet so many people and to really just like get in with these people and learn about them and talk about how we lead with kindness at work. It's been really cool. So I'm excited to see how that goes. And if this becomes a thing with other organizations, who knows? It is a good time though.
Your organization could be next.
Your organization could be next.
Please come be kind with us. Let's help
That's right.
improve your health and wellness program.
I want to throw this out to you too. We're not going to name names, but we have some languishers. We have some people who, some of them we know pretty well, who have been languishing. They're not really actively doing the kindness games, but they're at 10 or more posts. how do we help them continue?
This is a challenge right now. I think we're challenging them. But if you think, right, so we do these scoreboards bi-weekly. So if they're at 10, they can almost be there by our next one. So if we
I
want
think
less grief from Tim, no, just kidding.
the three of us, I'm not going to call them out, but you know who you are. I think the three of us need to start sending the Zoom invites and talk to them, see how they're doing, joint kindness, get them going.
Check in.
All right.
Love it.
We're a community of kind people. We're here to support you to finish.
Nice. And
Yeah,
Kelsey, what are these stretch cases that you've been?
Ooh, we
We're
got some
like, let's
stretch
talk about some
cases.
people.
Right? So there are 3 people that we noticed while going through the scoreboard kindness games posts, and one being Nathan Millis, Sonia Driz, and Ken Smith. These 3, we've seen your posts, we've seen you reshare kindness games, initiatives, or like quotes, or any posts that we've had. Or I know Sonia, Chelsea Herman called you out for the Access Canada Kindness Games Initiative. So feel
And
free
she
to jump
shared
on
it.
in. Yeah, she did.
The water's
Shared it.
fine. I know Nathan Mills actually, and he's a super kind guy. Where you at, bro? Let's get this done. Let's see if you can jump in. Actually, I know he just started a new job, so I'm sure he's like neck deep in it. But you know what? He's probably not gonna watch this video this far, and he's gonna think like my next meeting invite's just catching up. We'll see.
You might have the
Locked and
Zoom, you might
loaded.
have the double Zoom recording done with him before he reads this and watches this.
We'll see. Hey, this was a lot of fun. We are making some progress on the scoreboard. Possibly by next month, we could be to 30 alumni. Or more.
Easily.
So let's see who we can inspire to start. There's a lot of people I know that are kind of waiting in the wings. I actually, and this is kind of a sad thing to say, but it's indicative of the times we're in. I know several people who say, I would love to do this, but I actually don't think like it would go over well where I work, which is a really sad thing to say. But this is what leadership is: going first, stepping out, leading the way. You can transform the culture where you work if you lead with kindness. And we have stories upon stories upon stories from alumni and current participants of how them stepping out has changed the very nature of where they work. It's super interesting. So you can be a trendsetter, right?
At the very least, it totally will put a smile on your face and give you more energy. When I was in my 30-day gung-ho, I'm going to post every single day, I was like, all right, up, ready, I'm at it, mid-COVID, but at the same time, I feel like it really just reinforces positive energy and you feel more energized. It's like when you work out. Apparently when you work out, you have more energy. I'm not there yet.
You have more endorphins and you feel good. And even when you're not feeling good, when you do kindness shout outs, it does make you feel good.
And you know what? If we're stuck in a workplace environment that we don't love, we're actually probably unknowingly or less knowingly contributing to it ourselves. We have succumbed. And, you know, just like they say, if you're not working towards a solution, you're part of the problem. This is one way to actively start working towards a solution. And I'm not saying that you're the entire problem, but the way you interact with people when you succumb to that type of environment perpetuates it. And doing this 30 post challenge will change the way you think about people and think about your interactions. You will become happier in a more positive place, and you'll be more mindful of how you treat people at work. And that is contagious. And I think Coach Kat's probably done some research on that to prove it.
It's true. The more positivity you spread, the more it kind of continues to spread inside your organization and outside.
Awesome. All right, ladies. Thanks for joining me on the scoreboard. Catch you guys in 2 weeks.
2
Keep up
weeks.
the good work.
All right. Bye-bye.